for lots of different reasons, and we will try and iron out those creases in the coming 20 minutes. Let's see what Bradley can leave. And he pounds in the first max.
Multi-require 125.
To the delight of the crowd, who are not going to get a 1-2-5 finish off the back of it from Smash.
71. Bradley require 105.
Early break of throw on the cards for Brad. Being made much easier with that treble 19. The single 16 leaves the double, and Bradley Brooks pins it. That is a confident start from Bam Bam, who goes ahead 1-0. Treble 20 for double. Well, he's got so much time on his side, goes to the 16s. It's a wise call. It's clearly a preferred section of the board for him.
The smart thing about that is that he takes the bust shot out completely. Try and get 3 single 20s, but if you pull one of them into the 60, you could bust the shot. He took that out of play. Really good board management from Brad. And the 3-0 lead is his. Looks like Smash has kryptonite in the form of Bam Bam. People have won a Players Championship.
100.
And out of 34 tournaments, 20 times, the winner has registered a 3-figure average. Brad didn't when he won his tournament, but he's registered plenty of those in this game, and he's only 130 away from winning it. Consequently, Price averaged over 100 against him in that final. Brooks was just better with the inferior numbers. But this is not an inferior performance from Bam Bam.
Double 5. Bradley Brooks seals it with a quality 130 checkout. And that is a great way for him to start his tournament. On debut at the Players Championship Finals, the winner of PC21 goes through into round 2, where he'll face either Adam Lipscombe or Cameron Menzies. Moving swiftly on, Dom Taylor very comfortable in this fourth leg.
3 words I didn't expect to hear today. NFL Combine Harvester. 3-1 lead for Taylor. Conceivable. And very likely now, considering where Gilding is again, trailing in the scoring stakes for 3 of the 4 legs we've played. Double 18.
Game shot on the fourth.
Absolutely brilliant from Dom.
Fifth leg, it's Sandwich to throw first. Game on.
Not to mention they're very hard.
And especially as on day 3, you've had a couple of long days of darts anyway. Say you get knocked out in round 1, you still got to hang around the venue. You might have to wait another 3-4 hours before you're even playing again. So it can be difficult to get the preparation right for these European Tour qualifiers. But it really makes very little sense, because it's not only qualifying for the European Tour, it's the fact that he's not even being called up off the reserve list, which means he's not getting far enough in the qualifiers.
That is very much a next year problem now.
99. Dom, you require 84.
This is just about having a sweet repeater. He's going to need double 7. And that is critical for his confidence. He stops Gilding from getting another shot at a double. Are you going to leave 66? That was a powerful last start.
Andrew require 131.
Treble 13 or 17. Now, there's an argument there for Gilding to go treble 17 first start. Then he's got 2 darts at tops. Means there's less switching and he can be on his favourite double. But it might not matter. Double 18. We've seen Dom Taylor hit this once. That's a happy accident.
Yeah, but he takes another pause. Last time he did this, he missed the double by a margin.
50. Andrew require 40.
2 match darts missed by Dom Taylor. And Gilding extend this game.
Game shot.
He certainly can. He is battling away, is Andrew Gilding.
10th leg, it's Dom to throw
and he's
first.
battled towards a 10th leg.
If Taylor wants to win this 6-4, he's going to need Gilding to miss. Oh, and Taylor hasn't missed. What a game this is turning out to be.
It could turn out to be the most pointless 177 Dom Taylor's ever thrown. 12 or treble for Gilding. That leaves the bull to take us all the way.
56.
That might be the final dart that Andrew Gilding throws.
Dom, you require 24.
Match dart number 3. None of them could find the target, and he knew the last one wasn't going to make it. Gilding never changes plan. He's got double 12. And he's got his 5th leg.
Andrew Gilding.
Now how does Dom Taylor react after missing match darts in 2 legs?
Game on.
Oh.
That's not good. He's got 1 dart at the bull to win. It might be the only one left to get over the line.
30.
Well, Dom Taylor livid with himself. Now, the rationale for going for the 14s was treble leaves double, so it's not too much adjusting. I don't know whether that was the most sensible choice, though, from Dom Taylor.
29.
He has not yet been punished because Gilding misses a match dart of his own.
40.
He's going to feel like he's in a mixer right now. Can he manage his emotions and finally get over the line?
20.
The answer is no, and even Gilding can't believe it.
Andrew required 40.
Drama in Rydz bar. And Gilding finally swats Dom Taylor aside. That will feel horrible for the tower.
Because this is the Rod Harrington route. And he almost replicates what Harrington did in the late 90s at the match play against Baxter. Or was it Manly? I was too busy focusing on what Rod did to see who he was up against. Well, there's the 11.
Scott, you require 20.
And this time Williams is back for 10s.
Game shot.
2-0 lead for Williams.
Scott Williams. Third leg, it's Scott to throw first.
It's a better moustache than most of us can grow.
That's a superb last dart. You've got to be a world-class player to be able to hit that shot. Now, what does Williams do with 80? Does it depend on what White leaves?
100. Scott, you require.
Does he go for tops, or does he go for singles? Singles. And the double. And a 3-leg cushion it is, once again.
Numbers like 302, 305, 308. Very, very aggressively sticking to the treble 20.
85.
Here comes the pressure.
99. Here you require 80.
White is at the point of no return. Take it out, or you are out.
Has to be 25 and bull. It's what he wanted. It's what he
30.
didn't get.
Scott, you require 82.
And in a touch of irony, it could be bull double 16. Or maybe not. Bullseye to win it. Oh, of course he pins it. What a finish for Scott Williams, who has endured some difficulties in recent weeks. It looks like he has put them firmly behind him.
Defending nothing. Treble 19. Now, what does Zonneveld do here?
130.
Does he go for that 54 as a starting point?
134.
I think he should do.
Excellent setup play from both players.
16.
But it's Kenny who could stretch.
Game shown the 6th flag.
Well, this Kenny's not going to be nilled.
7th flag, it's Niels to throw first.
He may even win this one. Plenty more action to come in Rydz bar this afternoon.
100.
Kevin Doets against Callan Rydz, that's going to be fun. Cameron Menzies against the baby boy, Adam Lipscombe, who makes his Players Championship Finals debut here this afternoon. And considering the trouble that Zonneveld was in,
110.
he could find himself in a very positive position yet again right now if he can hit tops. That's the kind of resilience we've come to know from Niels. He was in trouble. He isn't anymore. He's back in charge.
He's only just getting to a finish now. Well, needed that treble for a 2-darter and was able to find it. So pressure on 116. Nick Kenny at some point needs to find a break of throw. Is now the time. It certainly is. Nick Kenny follows up with a ton-plus checkout of his own, and now he's one leg away from a place in round 2. Well, Nick Kenny might be powerless to prevent a last leg decider. 140 would be golden.
100.
Have to settle for a ton.
161.
Nothing wrong with that. He's just taken out a 3-figure checkout to get the lead. He's got a chance of a second consecutive ton-plus checkout to get rid of Niels, who a lot of people before this tournament thought he could have a run here, but that run might not get going.
Nick Kenny will get a match dart, and it will be at his favourite double 18. Nick Kenny takes it out, and he does get a win at Minehead in the Players Championship Finals. Neil Zonneveld has had a really good year in these tournaments. It ends with disappointment in round 1, and Nick Kenny can go and celebrate because he is a 6-4 winner against Neil Zonneveld, who'll face either Martin Schindler or it will be a rematch with Michael Smith.
Let's see where he stands on the doubles.
17.
He will not be pleased with that at all.
116.
This is one of the checkouts we saw from Nick Kenny in the previous game. But it's tops for Doets. Doets, there it is.
Kevin Doets. Second leg, it's Callan to throw first.
Talent has never ever been in question with Callan Rydz. His talent levels are up there with the very best in this sport.
Callan, you require 161.
Talent can be wasted if talent doesn't work hard, though. Sensible.
105.
Could have gone for the treble 19 or 15, but getting the 25 means that he's going to be single to double combination.
100.
Guaranteed.
Callan, you require 56.
For a 4-2 lead, Rydz is smelling something.
Game
The finishing line potentially.
Callan Rydz. 7th leg, it's Kevin to throw first. Game on.
So there is a recency bias to that Doets win at least.
57. Kevin, you require 170.
Haven't seen one on the stage so far, have we, Kevin?
Game shot on the second.
Where's Catherine O'Hara when you need her? Because that one comes courtesy of Kevin. Sometimes rocking can be a good thing if you're John Henderson or Josh.
70. Kevin, you require 88.
Doets looking for the bull again, but not getting it this time, and it could be Rydz with a 2-leg cushion.
74.
This is a big shot. Double top.
Game shot.
That is a big time shot from the Riot.
9th leg, it's Kevin to throw first.
And Damon Hetler versus Justin Hood.
100.
This is very finely poised. This has got the same sort of feeling as that game between Dom Taylor and Andrew Gilding.
Yes, it looked to be in the palm of Dom Taylor's hands and he let it slip.
100.
Alan Rydz will be desperate to ensure that doesn't happen. He's got a match-winning chance here. Double 16. He takes that match-winning chance. A puff of the cheeks, a sigh of relief from Rydz, a former quarter-finalist in this tournament, has got his campaign off to the perfect start. Blows us a big kiss to the camera. Rydz knows that was an important win, a good, solid performance.
66.
And Menzies has done really well to leave a finish there after those first darts going into the treble one.
140. Can you require 160?
Lipscombe is going to get a chance at that two-darter to stretch his lead to 2.
41.
The man from the Portsmouth area is looking to make his baby boy fans very happy. That is fabulous.
Adam Lipscombe. Third leg, it's Adam to
You don't make finals on the Pro Tour without talent.
And I know Cammy wouldn't admit this out loud. He may have looked at Lipscombe and thought, form hasn't necessarily been great the second half of the year. This is not an easy draw, but a favourable draw.
Yeah, one of those that could have been a lot worse. And you could easily have bumped into Luke Humphreys.
There are no easy draws, but some are easier than others.
Yeah, you won't hear players saying that out loud, but it is the case.
100.
Because they're trying to be respectful to their peers.
But Lipscombe is ensuring this is mightily difficult for Menzies, who hits double 12. It's only his second dart at double. Very tidily struck as well. Much needed for Cameron Menzies.
You can't accuse his area of the country of not having enough darts to get yourself sharp.
96.
Hampshire is a hotbed for darts every night of the week. He's usually within walking distance of world-class opposition.
94.
And Menzies is going to need to take this 1-2-6 out.
Needs treble 19. Well, this isn't working for Cammy.
70.
70 left for Adam Lipscombe. He's been good on tops and tens. Great guide. Uses the guide, and Adam Lipscombe is one leg away from a comfortable win against the number 9 seed, a Pro Tour title winner this year. Will he be left to rue going for the bull? Not yet.
100.
Menzies just hammering in a ton, trying to get down to a single double. Double 2. 4 mismatched darts already. Make that 5.
Can you require 18?
Now the game changes. Double 4.
10.
Or does it change? Lipscombe now has a bit of emotional scarring. But he does get over the line and causes a huge upset on the Rydz bar stage. Menzies was in the top 10 seedings at the start of play today, and he's one of the biggest casualties of the first 3 hours of play on the Friday. Might still be in trouble. Can't sneak it underneath, and that is the dart he's trying to figure out. There was a time when that was a guaranteed treble 20 on dart 2, and he just can't seem to find it as much in 2025. Needs to figure that out.
14 or treble. Bullseye for Brendan.
59. Darryl, we require 51.
That was right on line. He couldn't have thrown that any straighter towards the bull. Well, it's double 16 for 3-0 for Gurney. And he's not missing the key shots.
12 leg, it's Brendan to throw first.
Was 3-0 down, he didn't panic. He's gradually starting to figure this out.
74.
It's not a tidy game by any means. But if you're in a scrap with Brendan Dolan, prepare for pain.
97.
Because he's won thousands of games on the Pro Tour like this in his career. Double 16. And he's on level terms. Just like that, he turns everything around.
7th leg, it's Darryl to throw first.
He lost out to Ryan Searle in the semi-finals by 11 legs to 6, and ultimately Searle would lose by the odd leg to Peter Wright.
130.
One of 4 Players Champions who are in this draw this year. Gurney being one of them, Wright being one of them, Humphreys,
85.
the reigning 2-time champion, and Gary Anderson, of course.
Double 10.
Well, it's risky going for the 2 here, isn't it? He's made his plan. He's going for double 5. That is incredible composure from Suta Chin in what can only be described as a bit of a trudgy game at times. This has turned from a nightmare into a possible dream and back into a nightmare again.
Gurney won the first 3. Dolan won the next 3. And Gurney has not yet won the following 3 because he's hit the wrong double. So Brendan is back on 170.
All things come in threes, as they say. Well, these 3 darts will not keep Brendan in the tournament.
92.
The next 3
Darryl, you require 28.
might be the darts that send Dolan out.
And that is what they do in the all-Northern Irish battle. It is Suta Chin and Darryl Gurney who emerges as victorious. Brendan Dolan had a real spurt during the middle of the game, winning 3 legs in a row. How much longer can he do it if he really wants to progress in darts?
That's the question, isn't it? The question of whether Woodhouse would hit the 140 is over.
100.
But he's chipping away at Suits now, who seems to be losing his way in the scoring stakes.
Not being a good leg from Suits, and this presents the best break opportunity.
You require 4.
In fact, the first break opportunity of the match. Double top for Luke Woodhouse with Suter stranded on 133. Can't hit double 10 again.
Game
Can hit double 5 though.
Woodhouse.
One of those legs won in relief rather than joy.
He gets the 54 for a 4th time out of 4 shots. Does it make any difference? Across the board again.
14.
That was a peculiar effort, wasn't it? How many times do you see people split 11s?
Safety first from Suits. Oh, that's only just in the 18. Has it unsettled him? It has not. Luke Woodhouse with another break of throw, and crucially this takes him to the brink of the match. He now leads 5-2.
And is ready to get his first chance of winning this one to get through to the last 32.
Try as he might, Alan Suter looking to stay with Luke Woodhouse. But it's 1-2-1 for the match. 11 or treble. Double 14.
107. Alan, you require 147.
That was an aggressive 1-2-1 effort. Giving full respect to Suta, who's not going to take his big 3-dart out.
48.
Now, we saw Suit splitting 22. What does Woodhouse do on 14?
He's going straight for it.
Game
And at the second time of asking, goes straight in to double 7. Luke Woodhouse has been in fine fettle in 2025, and he's got his Players Championship Finals campaign off to a great start. A 6-2 win against Alan Suta, who went 2-1 up.
And he might be 3-2 up. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? He's laid the gauntlet down for Pietreczko. Does he go 18s on the 144?
If Ricardo would have hit that, there would have been a very reluctant fist bump, I think, from O'Connor.
William Urikai, 32.
Hasn't been down here. He's got to go up. And he does squeeze his way to an accidental double-double, but he'll take it for the lead.
Sixth leg, it's Williams to throw first.
The place where he won the UK Open in 2018.
140.
In front of virtually no one.
Yeah, that was a weird tournament.
Coldest you've ever been at the hockey?
145.
Yes, but not in this room. In the large room with boards 3 to 8. That was about -1. That was horrible. This leg is not horrible.
36.
Could be rather special.
Game shown the second.
Yeah, that's a special leg from Pietreczko. That's proper darts. And an immediate break back. That's a bit of a weird dart. He's going for the 54. That must have caught the flight on the way through and landed a bit strange. Well, what does Pietreczko do this time on 56? Let's find out.
91. Ricardo required 56.
The floor is yours, Ricardo. Dazzle us with your darting dexterity. That was the plan last time.
Game shown the 8.
Plan executed.
Ricardo Pietreczko.
On this stage was against Christian Kist. Christian registered the lowest average in the tournament's history, but Pietreczko played pretty decent.
Well, on debut in this tournament, he beat the #1 seed Damon Heta.
And he's only 102 points away from being in the next round to play James Hurrell. Cancel that. The winner of Anderson and Van der Bohara later.
Treble 17. Double 16. Ricardo Pietreczko does go through to round 2 and keeps up his perfect record of winning in round 1 of this tournament every time. More Minehead woes for Willie O'Connor. Since his quarter-final in 2019, he's only won 2 games here. It's a 4th consecutive round 1 exit, and despite the backing of some fervent fans in the audience, Willie O'Connor has been beaten by Pietreczko, who goes through to round 2.